Hello and welcome back, I'm Joe, and today we're going to do a lot of planning, especially for the new area that we want to expand to, but also other stuff to keep our construction office busy because right now they're all lazy. I mean, who doesn't love watching the rare construction crane do stuff and actually be effective and efficient at it and finish things like this? I mean, that's just lovely. As long as you don't get stuck. Yeah, don't get stuck behind another train because that's awkward. Don't do it. There we go. Perfect. It didn't do it. That's all I wanted to see. I think this may become a problem soonish, but I don't want to address it yet, aka put in signals, because I would really like to get this electrified before we get too far. So there's that. Other things, we're recovering this number. Hopefully that will be fine. And here. This is a small problem. The train comes in and fills up. It doesn't have to wait super long, but right now there are only about 200 tons of bauxite. And if you hear loud noises in the background, I apologize about that, but I can't do anything about my neighbors right now. So you can figure out what day we're actually recording this. Yeah, it's not fast enough, and this thing is just not empty. Now, I do know that I can run through about 125 tons of raw bauxite here a day. Okay. This guy, almost 30, nothing. Nothing. Like, it depends how many people we actually have working here, but I've seen these higher. And however we want to translate this, this one bauxite industry is not enough. We are not going to be able to fully run 2 at 100% of the time, but we are able to run 2 overall. So we're going to start deleting or removing this. That's for the deconstruction office for now. And that should open up a little bit of room because we have more, let's see here, more aggregate conveyor engine connections, like this one. All I want from you is to, well, one flip around because that road connection is not going to connect to anything. Maybe I'll turn you around. I can see a little better what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, all I want you to do is to have a connection to that thing as much as possible. Right here is totally fine. We don't need this, and then we just have to figure out a way to get a road connection down here. Easy enough. Didn't have to do anything. And yeah, we don't have a free excavator up here. Okay, that will be a small problem because we will actually have to do a little bit of construction now. Speaking of construction, how about you get this one done? That'd be lovely. We don't have the excavators that I sent out there, and we will actually use them here pretty soon, so I'm going to leave them where they are and commission a different excavator out here. Let's do it like this, and we actually have an excavator that's already made for this scenario because we purchased one as a used excavator a while ago. We should only need one excavator to get all of this done and figured out. Cool. Get in there. Let's see. How does it look at night? Well, at night we don't have any clearly visible problems, which is wonderful, but at night we can at least look at the research tree because there's more stuff to do. What should we do? I'm in between. I think we're going to continue with nuclear fuel because at some point I would like to have, what do I want? To have my nuclear power plant planned out. And this one I'm going to set to 0. Because we are technically at almost 40% people with higher education. Now, we do have a lower population than what I want, but overall, I just don't want to waste many students, so I'd rather have this going on where I have less students than professors, and that is hopefully fine. How many people do I have working here? I want a few extra. How about 16 there, and I guess 4 here? No, that's not enough. Let's do 9. 9 is fine. Is 9 good? 8. 8 professors. They don't have to grow up very fast. If we ever get into a shortage on students or on professors, higher educated people, we can solve that by adding some dorms, so that should be okay. That's a lot of buses parked here. I don't know that I like that. But that's okay. We have grain here, which means this truck and this truck are currently not very useful. So how about you go over there, get rid of the grain that you have sitting here. Same thing with you. I know I am wasting like 20 bucks worth of material there, but we have this train right now driving back and forth. And we have this grain storage doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So there's no reason to waste fuel on that stuff. Good enough. Good enough. What are you doing? You're mixed waste, bring it to general separation. That is excellent. What are you doing? You are doing, you're taking construction waste, but you're really not doing anything. How about you come over here and stop pretending like you're useful? That will be helpful. We have construction waste sitting over here and the incinerator in, not out. Is that really still a problem? What are you doing? You are incinerator. Okay. What are you doing? Incinerator in, get 100% of the construction waste. Okay, so you're still useful. That's great until this is all empty. Wonderful. Let's triple check that this guy is actually doing what it's supposed to do because you're now deconstructing again. I'm pretty sure we set this up last time, but just wanted to see incinerator in for hazardous and mixed. Metal construction explosives go the other way. That's fine. We could get explosives from a different place though, so may as well sign this. But that's fine. Now, someone in the comments actually pointed out that we are burning plastic waste in the incinerator. That's a little unfortunate, but it's part of the game. So, yeah. It would be much better to bring... Is reconstructed? Yeah. Machine replacement. Very good. It will be much better if I go to general separation first, and then general separation feeds into this one. There are great ways to put these together. I decide for right now that I'm not going to change anything. We're just going to lose the plastic from our hazardous waste if there's any in there. And I don't think it's that big of a hit. It is a hit for sure, but I think we are fine because we have other sources of income already, so that should be okay. This guy, I never set you up. All right, sorry about that. A little embarrassing, but that's okay. Let's get you here. All vehicles can also go here. That includes whatever you want to do. And what do we have? We have one of the big ones. Okay, that's fine. I think I can add one of these trucks here, and looks like two of those trucks actually I just moved over into this station. That should be fine. Then I would like what? I think there's a fuel tanker. Do we have a cistern tank parked over here on the NATO side right now? Don't know that I want to buy one, but if we have one that can hold fuel, no, that's a flatbed, but this is a cistern oil tank, so you can definitely go out to that distribution office, and I may want one more. Just one more to round this up, and we should be in pretty good shape for this distribution office. Oh, we have a bigger one already. Very cool. I think this one was 16 tons at some point. 9 tons is not very helpful. 11 tons is pretty. Yeah, we're just going to throw this one in there. Sure. That's fine. They can do what they need to do, and life should be good. Awesome. So you keep doing your thing. It is night again, as usual. But don't fret. We have a couple things that I want to do today. So first one obviously is this one. Once this one is done, which will be a few more days for sure. I would love it if we can get part of this gravel construction. And I don't think I want to get into this yet. But we'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. Until this piece of gravel road is done, I think there's something else that I want to consider, which is we do have some oil reserves in my general area. None of them are perfect, and I don't think they're enough to necessarily run a refinery, but we have this cluster of oil sitting down here, and with the new update, we have border connections now. I kind of want to use them. I kind of want to make it useful. So what I want to do for right now is build a cluster up here, potentially build a cluster up here, like in other places as well, and just run a really long pipeline out here because I don't want to use trains unless absolutely necessary. And then over here, build a border export piece, but also a train and logistics setup for collecting a lot of oil from this quadrant, like from these 9 squares up here. That hopefully will yield something. If nothing else, it's just a project that may be interesting for someone. So how about we get started on that, because this gravel road has to get done anyways. So, fossil fuels, yes, pump jack, cool. What do we have going on here? It is not a huge place, but it is something that we can work with, I think. I would like to make this look a little sophisticated, is the wrong word probably, but I will try to put these in a way that is efficient enough, but also makes it look attractive by connecting all the things that we will have at the end. So there, about 70%. I feel like I don't want to leave this out. 25, there's a 25. 25 is good. We will mess with the road connections here in just a second, and hopefully that will make sense. 35 there, and I guess one more here. 26. Sure. How many do we get? We got 3 and 3. That's perfect. That is 6, which means the pump that we're going to connect all of these with is going to be just happy. They're not perfectly aligned like I would like them to be, but that's okay. At least we're not wasting, well, there's 10% that we're wasting there. We're not wasting a lot of oil connections, and that is good. That's very good. Okay, let's see. I think what I would like to do is establish a general connection where I want these all to go. Something along these lines. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's not the best out there, but I think this is fine. I would like this road to be a little more parallel to the highway that we have already running there, but that should be good. And then we have these. Yep, you can come down here, there, and there. Yeah, I like that. And then we still have these guys. Okay. Yeah, something honestly very similar. This should not be very complicated. Let's get this almost straightened out. That's fine. Get you in there. And now we can worry about the pipe connections. There are two schools of thought here. This is a very rural connection, and it shouldn't require a lot of thinking, technically. So we could just put in overground pipes everywhere. I'm not the biggest fan of that anymore, because I do think the underground pipes make this look a lot better. So I would like to use the underground pipes when we can in a fashion that makes enough sense. So we'll see how this goes. And the way I've set this up, I think I set it up so that we have to use a lot more underground pipe than I wanted. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. We'll survive. I promise. And then we do need an oil fuel storage here. Now, something that I think will matter is we have oil here. We have oil here. We have a little oil here, probably not worth doing anything with, and then the oil out here is also out of the way. I wouldn't mind making the oil in this area a local collector for everything that is north of this line. So these 3 spots over here, this spot here, and this spot here. Which means whatever I do with my oil storages, and these ideally will never fill up. They're just a very short-term solution for what we have going on here. So I will probably put another pipe right in between these two, just to get all the connections the way I need them, and allow myself later to expand this area. We'll just see how that works. You can hop in there. Yep, make it a nice straight connection. That's good. For these, we definitely just need some very straight pipes, and I don't mind having them more straight. I would like these to actually look the same, so let's try that again. This is not important to the functionality at all. It's just I would like them to do the same thing. That's better, in my opinion. You don't have to agree. That's okay. That one, direct connection there, and now we're starting already. Do I go over or do I go under? That's the question here. I think for the rural ones, for these, maybe this is fine. 1, 2, up, and over, looking where our posts are. There's one right there. 1, 2, down, and then connect me all the way up to here. I'm okay with that. I think I am very... Yeah, I'm very okay with that. That's fine. And then this one just has to connect to this guy, and there's nothing that says we can't do the same thing. So how about we just do... Ooh, there's something that says we have other options. Because there's nothing... Well, there's something that we need to connect there, but we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to go here with a connection, because the other pipe is already kind of in a way of something. So yeah, just let me run this. We'll see how this works, and either we will all hate it, or I will be okay with it, and someone else will have a problem with it. Either is fine. I think that's part of this channel. Just play the games in the banner, and I do like to believe every once in a while play that way. Okay, so they're good. They're good to go. Let's get the next one. I think the easiest is just running underground, but I think the one that really needs underground is this one. I need to connect it somehow, and I don't want to run it over the main line. This is really just playing around with things. There's no real rhyme or reason. The only thing that I want to know when I'm done with this is how the pipes run at all. But it's not important. There's nothing here that says they have to be underground or they don't have to be underground. So if I get you over there, F3, this one could technically just run there. They will not touch, and maybe that's a little miss, but I think I'm okay with that. You go here. Yeah, that's fine. Now all of these are connected. Call it pretty or call it ugly. Either is fine with me, but they do what they need to do. That pipe is already connected too. All road connections are made. That is good. Let's get the last piece of road connection made a little more square, which is these two, but this is the last one that we have to connect to, so that one looks close. Yeah, let's go with that. They go here and they go here, and now everything is connected the way that we need it. The only thing that we're going to do right now is check if this thing is done. You are not done yet. Looks like 3 more trips with a truck, and we only have 2 trucks that we actually employ there are required. That's fine. Electric substation. Let's do the next thing. The only thing I really want from this is that it's able to supply power for everyone that's involved here and be in a location that is not completely outlandish. I think right there we've accomplished both, so may as well plop that down. That's good. I like it. Let's tell our fine people at the construction office that these can be constructed, and this is a great task for in between things because we are extending our driving distance significantly, and that could create some small headaches down the road. So having some other construction things going on while we're doing this is probably not a terrible thing, I think. I hope I'm right there. Could also be wrong. This one is already a natural node. I think this is where I'm going to do the next part of my planning. I am doing a lot of stuff here. I will tell you a secret. I think so far in this season, there have been 3 episodes, maybe 3 episodes sound right, that I've recorded that I just did not like. The pace was slower than what even used to, and other things happened. I was just like, no. There was one time where there was a bug that killed my whole population. It's a bug. It's not something that I actively messed up. It's just something that was weird. So I was just like, well, can't go there. So that was a restart. And then the other 2 times, including the previous one to this one, I was just like, no, this is not good enough. I don't like where this is going. I don't like how this is acting. Don't like it. So I restarted it. That's why I kind of know where I want to go here. And I'm hoping that helps with the flow of what we're trying to do. Don't worry. I didn't just become super aware of everything that's going on. That's not what's happening here. I just tried this and was like, I like the content, but I don't like how I did it. So I want to do it better. So power line. Why did I connect a treble, or why did I connect a bigger station out there? It's very, very simple. I need enough power inputs because the nuclear power plant is going to be, well, right here at, well, no, I can't. Those letters should not be together like that. I mean, let's be honest. I'm going to take this out because I don't like how it placed the pylons. I want one a little closer, and then 2 more placed here where it's about centered. Yeah, you're about middle. That looks fine. Looks like it was already meant that way, so that's good. Another thing. 34 workers are currently on this road construction site. Completely useless. Why are they there? Part of the new setup, which we will start in just a second, I would like to get this one done before I do that. And the last dump truck just has to show up. The last thing, or the thing that I'm going to do in the next round is, where are you going? Oh, you're getting fuel all the way out there. That's silly. Oh, getting fuel all the way out there. Speaking of which, this guy needs some fuel assigned to it. So let's get that one going. We still have one construction office. Sorry, one construction office, one truck available right here. So we set that one up. And we will get rid of this one in the meantime. Distribution office, distribution office. It's interesting that I have two assigned to you, but that's fine. We're just going to get rid of them because there's still fuel here, and right now most of our vehicles actually need that. But down the road, we just don't need that anymore. Okay, what I was talking about. More dedicated construction setups. For example, road construction office that does not have a bus associated with it because we do not need workers at road connections. That is silly, that is completely unnecessary, and it's not something that we need. Research program finished. I should check that out. Yes, get me the RBMK reactor because that's the next thing that we actually need to work on. I would like to do something here. I have a small idea of something that would fit here, but it's worker heavy, so I don't know that I want to go there. It's also a suggestion from one of you guys. It happened a long time ago. I thought I was going to do it, but then other things happened and got distracted, and it's probably a good thing to do in the beginning. I don't think that it's super necessary anymore right now, but we're going to get there when we get there. Cool. Looks like that thing is done. Wonderful. And I could have had this already assigned, but too late now. It's just a construction office to get on this ASAP. Cool. So this is pretty easy because the next part of this episode is going to take quite a bit of thinking and quite a bit of doing things right the first time. So I don't want to screw it up too bad. Just a little bit. I mean, it's still this channel. Yeah, there's some standards to uphold. Okay, if I want you here, yes, all I want is just enough room for my road that I can run it around so that the pillars for the conveyor belts let me do what I need to do. And obviously they don't let me do what I need to do here, but I think I can convince you that this is a pretty good connection right there. I like it. And then that my aggregates can also flow over this. There you go. That's all I need. It's not perfect. It's not pretty. It's not the straight line, but it gives me exactly what I need. Cool. Now, this is a real industry, and I am not a fan of making real industries work with crappy roads. So how about this? Well, we can't do that one yet. How about this? I would like some actual gravel happening out there. And without building more gravel road out here, which is honestly why I'm not building that right now, our construction officers should be relatively free in building more things. So I'm excited for that to actually happen. How's fuel going over here? Still 12 tons. That's nice. Oh, something I remembered from before, and then I just forgot about it. Connections. Are you in range? Nope. Are you in range? Nope. So we have to rebuild those and repurpose them. Luckily, this is just going to be a temporary disconnect, which is great. I just need to be in range of all the things that I care about, which this one would be 190, 190, 190. Gets me everything that I need. Cool. That one can get built right there. And then sewage is in a similar spot. It just has to be... I think there's an option here. It just has to be in range of the thing to the south, because the thing to the south is the fire station. If I can't grasp that, then what I'm doing here doesn't make any sense. Okay, if you fit here and you will be fine, then I think this is a matter of getting rid of this without destroying things that you don't want to destroy. There you go. Where I put the sewage tank here, that looks fine, and the connection should be pretty easy. And I'll put the water substation out here as long as you're connected. Do I need to flip you? Yes. Yes, I need to flip you, and the water comes... No, hold on. This is where the water comes in. I need to flip you like that, just like you were. And that connection looks fine. I just need it to be connected, nothing fancy. And then we should be good to go. Get all of that Start it. Then let's go underground and see what we have to do here. I think this is a medium pipe. Gosh, I should remember what this is. Let's see. Do you look like this? I would say no. I think you probably look more like this. Yeah, that looks like the right pipe size. So medium pipe, what we want to connect, and we're just going to build the first piece, F4 to turn off snapping. I'm going to build the first piece a little closer so that can be built while we're doing this, and then I will just disconnect this at some point. Maybe I even just throw a switch in here, down here somewhere, and let them figure it out. But there's a power line above it, so maybe that's not going to happen. Similar situation up here. What do we have going on? Are you a medium-sized pipe, or are we even just a small pipe? I think in this case, I'm looking at just a small pipe. That's wonderful. So small pipe connection right here, get you... Well, this one is a little more dangerous because I don't want to produce a stupid slope problems. But if I put you right next to it, you have the same slope, and that should be fine. So that one can go there. That's I just deleted this earlier, and that was silly. This one can go here, and they can just do their thing once the construction office actually frees up. That should be fine. So this is an inline upgrade, but it shouldn't hurt us because we are really close to no, closeness doesn't matter. We are not going to lose people here because it's just one industry that really needs a couple workers. So that should be fine. One other thing, I do want a footpath connection through here. And I know it's possible. We just may have to run a little bit of straight, which is totally fine. Yeah, there's an angle. Let's take this back just a tick and get all the way down here. Down here and close. And over here. Just when you walk through there, just duck. That'll be good. Now I will not make this all the length because I would like that piece of road to get done before I construct this piece of footpath, because if it requires, well, no, just get on it. At some point it's just worth it using the mechanisms and not the workers, which if your piece is too short, mechanisms won't fit, and you can't do the thing that you actually want it to do. So that should all be good. Let's check our things here. This looks fine. People are happy. This looks fine. We are getting more and more workers. I am pretty sure that we're not going to build the medical university here, but we may require some bigger problem. I'm glad I looked, because everything is stuck. Why are you two stuck? You're stuck here because you're supposed to load construction waste. Is there more construction waste? No, there's no construction waste. How about you, GTFO? There you go. What is your problem? You also have construction waste, and currently you're not doing anything. Go to the next stop, unload your construction waste, and then go? Okay, there you go. And then figure your things out, people, because this is silly. That could have cost us a little bit, but luckily it looks like either we didn't get hit yet or it's just about to hit. Cool. Well, my earlier problems have not taught me anything, so here we are, losing a few more dozen people, hopefully. Hopefully just a few dozen people and not more than that. It depends how long that thing has been around. Let's look at the pollution that created. There's my pollution monitoring station. It's night, so you can actually see it. Yeah, that's not good. But luckily, it's mostly around areas that don't have residents. But it's still going to be a hit. Yeah. No direct lines to this thing. That's what that really means. You unloaded your stuff. We can get rid of you because there's no more nonsense in there. Hazardous waste, good. Mixed waste, that's all good. This thing will burn it. We just need some workers, and there were some buses stuck in the line that can't do anything, so... Okay. Yeah, lost 40 more people at least. 10%? No. 1% of the population just gone again. That's a lot of workers that we could use. That's just silly. Stop doing that. Is someone coming here and actually making something happen? Maybe? Someone? Anyone? Stelinek. Yes, you're the guy that's supposed to work here. Oh boy. This gonna take a little while to get you out there. Oh well. At least I think most of these, yeah, it's been emptied. That's nice. That's perfect. And oh, it's gonna set us back a little bit. Whatever. This episode is just what this episode is. I could just let it sit for a year and then we have 2,000 more citizens because we figured out the thing with the alcohol addiction, but that's not the kind of game we play. So moving on. What are we moving on with? Well, we want to expand here. And to expand here, there are a couple things we have to consider. One, there's a uranium mine sitting right there, and I think we mapped it out. It's like 12221 or something like that. That's enough to run the nuclear reactor. Cool, wonderful. We have a main line that runs over here. We probably want to continue that in this area. But in this area, it has to connect to some type of construction yard that has to bring us all the necessary things for current construction, but also possibly future needs of the city. So that's something that we have to consider. Plus, there's supposed to be a city here, and this city will probably benefit from a normal train terminal. Now, I'm not sure because most of the workers are supposed to go to the nuclear reactors. That's the main plan. And then some workers are supposed to work at like farm-related stuff, potentially cattle, potentially food. We have to replace a few more imports, so those are all options. I'm thinking for the nuclear side up here, we're just going to use trams because it's a really short distance, so a train is not necessary. And at that point, we can just use trams for the gravel industry that we have sitting here and whatever food industry we may want to put out there as well. So yeah, trams should be fine. The question is just, do I need to put a train terminal anywhere in there, or can we leave it alone? I don't want to make the decision yet. I know that I need to make a decision at some point, but right now I'm not 100% sure that I know how I want to go there. Let's check if there are any other problems. Nope, 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 looks good. This is leveled up. This number should be normal again, so life can move on. Great. Embarrassing, but I'm sure that was a traffic jam warning. Was there? Missing resource, traffic jam. Yep, that one. That one was telling me there's a traffic jam right there where it was. So, perfect. You are the one that moves mixed waste over to the scrapyard or to the recycling plant. That's nice. We have no extra garbage sitting there. That's good. We have some garbage sitting here, and you guys are just filling up with whatever you want. Great. What more could you want? Wonderful. All right, let's get started. So, a new... Do we have a grid available here? We could use a grid here for that. Should I? Huh. It's not completely outlandish. Yeah, I want to use a grid for this one, just for fun, because we haven't yet. So let's get you out here. This is my baseline. And what do we need? We need several things here. We need a way to get gravel in. We need a way to fill open storages. We need a way to fill a warehouse. We need a way to fill cement. We need a way to fill bitumen. We need a way to fill our meat. We also need ways to pick up from all of those thingies. So there's a lot of stuff going on here that we have to worry about. I hope we don't miss anything. I hope we don't miss anything. One thing that I always catch myself not doing, and this night mode is not working for me, sorry. One thing that I always catch myself not doing is assign a construction office when stuff is available, like now. Give me the footpath connection, very good, and then give me the construction offices to actually work on this stuff. Cool. Yeah, get that all done, and then we can move along here. Those guys have to be assigned, and when they are done, we can move on. Just making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. Great. Now we can go back over here. So one thing that I always forget in the beginning is, it'd be nice if the area that gets a lot of automatic workers has heating for my city. So heating, if we want to place it here, well, a thing that's important is to figure out where I can place stuff. So if I make a dot there and run over here, about 800 meters I am comfortable with placing the center of a city, but not too much further than that. So how about we just put that as the border of the city? If the heating plant originates about here. You don't want to go too far away because you also have to get workers there, but you don't want to get too close because that's pollution. So heating plant right here, fields reasonable, and that's where we're going to place it. Heating plant, cool. Road connection that side, the heat pipes go in that direction. That should be fine and should work. Yeah, we have some excavators here just for that reason, so this is good. First thing, done. Wonderful. In the beginning, at the border, and a couple people asked about that or were making jokes about that, and I get why, was this guy does not have a coal storage connected to it. Huh, too bad. Well, this is because it's right next to the source. There's nothing that stops us from sourcing something out. Now, if I would want to deliver something here from somewhere else in the Republic, I would have to put in intermediate storage somewhere, and that intermediate storage would then serve as the same thing. But our source is so close that we should be fine. Where we're going now, our source is the border still, and it's really far away. So that logic does not work here. So I do need something to store. Now, how much coal do we use every year? Not a lot, not a lot. We don't run our heating plant that we have right now at 100%, but if we look at last year, consumption of resources. Should I look at citizen facilities? Maybe. I wasn't sure if coal is included in that, so I guess it's just industry. Coal, how much did we use? 830 tons. That's what I need at the beginning of winter to survive winter. Okay, so 835 tons. This city is not going to be much bigger than the city that we're looking at. And the city that we're looking at is probably going to grow to about 5,000, 6,000, somewhere in there. 7,500 is the max. So if we do that, 835 is about doubling. Up to doubling. It's like 7,000 people. So if I need 1,600 tons of coal, I need to account for that. So let's do that by an aggregate storage that can actually hold that. We have the original ones, 1950, they are probably fine, but this is a larger storage. This feels really large. And don't forget that there's always a chance that you run a train in between to do the storages. But I don't want to hang on to that, because if I can run just no train in the winter and still survive, that's probably a better planning position than not having that. So that one is an option. The smaller one, 870, would require refills, which I don't want to risk. So let's go to a different one. 2,000 tons is probably a good size, and I kind of like how this guy looks. So that's what we're going to use. I don't like how you are not aligning your input outputs to my grids. So I guess that's what we're going to, wow, it turned itself a little bit when I did 90-degree turns. Very interesting. Or what are you doing? Why are you so angled? I don't understand. Somehow the model is a little more funky than I want to give it credit for, but that's fine. Let's just try that again and see if this works this time. Because I would like the road connections to be where I can use them. This is fine, this is fine. I would like you to not come out of the shadow of the heating plant too much, so right here is probably where I want you. Great, that's the first one. And that will work. Is this one potentially a little big? Yeah, it is. But the next one down, the 1,000 tons, is potentially a little small. So no, it's not a little small. It's going to be really easy to bring a train in to bring us coal for the winter. And a train can give you like 500 tons of coal. So there's no... The only reason that we have here is to keep our needs to have another train bring something out low. I'm okay with that. Yep, let's get this one over here. And I will actually... This one is for gravel, because it's also an aggregate storage, and having them together means I can get the drop-off done together, which I like. So gravel can be on this side. I have to get the road connections here somewhere, and I think I'm going to use this as my guiding light or guiding angle, and then this one can just feed right into that. We're going to turn most of this or all of this into gravel at some point, but not right away. Next thing we have to figure out is how we're going to get gravel and coal here. And I should probably do myself a favor. This is coal, and this is gravel. Very good. How do I get those out here? Well, we need an unloading station. So let's see what we have. We have this one with a single track. This may be sufficient. This may totally be sufficient, but it only has a single track. Let's just see. Let's just see how this plays out. Let's plop you in here. There's your general road connection. I think this is where it's going to go, but we'll see how that actually works out in the end. Great, we're recovering from the stupid thing that I did 2 minutes ago. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so gravel is here. Gravel, obviously, is a very important resource for construction, so we need a bunch of other stuff. First thing we need is maybe concrete, and you can disagree with that. I think concrete is okay if cement gets delivered via trucks. Why am I saying that? Because you really don't need that much cement to run, and you don't need it all the time. It's usually like one part of a construction, and if you do a large cement silo, yes, you're going to use a lot of concrete or cement. But outside of that, you usually just use a few dozen tons of concrete, so we can probably get this in by truck, and I don't have to set up a full one-time train system up in this location. And maybe I'm wrong, and you can tell me that, but I think for right now, I'm okay risking that. So we're going to get cement through there. Let's get a dry bulk storage. What do we have? 1150, 2300, 2300, or 1000. So we really just have a mix of these two. This one is a lot of steel and a lot of concrete. This one is a lot of concrete, asphalt, mechanical components, steel, gravel. So this one is cheaper and a little bigger, so I guess we're going to go with this one, flip you around, make sure that the dry bulks are connected to something, and voila. Everything is what we need it to be, and that should be good. Now I'm going to extend this a little bit on the grid, because why not? And then there's our gravel connection, and this guy, I'm going to keep them separate, independent. I don't think it's super important, but every once in a while you get a little traffic jam in front of a concrete plant if your cement plant needs something. So, sorry, if your cement storage needs something, so that should be fine. Okay, moving on. Missing resource chemicals, you should be fine. Next thing that we need for construction, asphalt. Asphalt, obviously right over here, has a little bit more awkward, well, not awkward, but has bitumen. Bitumen, I would consider in a similar situation as cement, whereas we only need a certain amount. Like most asphalt for construction areas is just to seal up something, and that's it. So this really should be a pretty easy delivery by truck, just because the volumes that we require is pretty low. So setting that one up there, and then I would like a bitumen storage for the trucks, because they're still an on and off. Like if I start making a lot of asphalt roads, which I will probably even from this area, I need a lot of asphalt. So let's plan for that by giving myself a little bit of a buffer. And we can deliver this via distribution office. There's nothing that stops us from that. We just have to plan ahead a little bit. Now you're not giving me the type of connection that I really want here, but I think this will be fine as long as I can get the pipe connection right in there. Cool, that's good enough. Now I can just deliver what we need here and everyone should be happy. This one can also be part of a pretty normal road connection, so that is fine. Then the last one, I generally do this almost always, almost exclusively, where I have a gravel loading truck station. It just makes life so much easier, and in my mind is worth it. You can totally disagree, but this is where I'm standing. I'm gonna put it over here because part of me is hoping I can actually fit a decent sized construction office there. I don't think that I can, but I wanted to see if I can anyways. 12 would be fine, and I think we can fit this in here and make that responsible for yeah, we can fit it in there. Now, if this is just gravel trucks, that's good enough. There are no hard feelings. Then if I do an asphalt truck and then, well, we want gravel trucks, but we also want a road construction. So this gravel one may get a couple road construction vehicles assigned to it. That's also fine. That's not the end of the world. It's kind of squeezed in here, but maybe that's okay. Anyways, we have coal over here, gravel over here, heating plant, asphalt, cement, and gravel access, if you want to call it that, all said and done. And there's a little bit of room here that we can probably put a something for power later when we need it, and that is great. How are you doing? You're doing okay. I am assuming that the underground stuff is probably close to done and ready. That's good. What should we do here? I think I would do myself excuse me. I think I would do myself a favor if I put a switch right in here. Oh, and I forgot that this is always a thing, that the deconstruction office actually has to do all of this shenanigan nonsense. Did you assign yourself? No, you did not. Get that one. Cool. And then get this one. Just going to take a little longer than I anticipated it will take, but that's totally fine. Get you assigned, get you assigned. Now everyone's happy. I should probably consider building a real deconstruction office at some point, but this will be fine for the time being. And then we can deconstruct the other things later on. That'll be okay. But I'm glad I'm doing that now, because if I would have done it later, all kinds of other problems would have appeared. We need some steel and some mechanical components. Come on, bring those out there. It's not that hard. How's this going? You are still almost full, so whatever. Nothing to see there. Health-wise, are we okay? I think there's a lot of mixed waste sitting there. I don't think we're getting enough people in here. That's a small problem. If we can't burn all our stuff, then this thing will still eventually fill up, and that is not what I want to see. This one is not full though, so that's good. Burning that. You're filling up our truck. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe there was an update that hazardous waste can no longer be burned. I don't know. It's possible. We just have to figure that out. What are you doing? What did you just do? Mixed waste from the garbage container. Yeah, no, that looks fine. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And we can just move on. That's fine. Everything's fine. They're doing what they're supposed to do, we think. Construction offices. Do you have enough to do right now? One thing. You're just doing the bauxite processing plant, which is almost done. Great. That means you can start building something else. In this case, I would like you to start on this power line, because everything else, none of these things are important. They'll be cool later on, but it's more a project for in between that I hopefully don't forget about, because I actually think it's a good idea to just do something with the oil. And with the oil export pipeline connections that we have now, there should be something we can do with that. Oh, seeing this reminds me, I will not be able to transport the trams that I want to the city. So I have to, well, via truck, unless the long hauls can actually do that. Ooh, now I want to look. Long hauls, where are you? You are here. What can you transport? You can transport a couple of those. What about trams? What trams can you transport? Just a little one still. So, still the same thing. If I want a big tram, I need to tow the trams from the customs house to wherever I want them. If, oh, we're almost done here. I can almost start on electrifying the track. If the rail is all electrified to an area, then I can even drive there directly, which is also cool. So, would you mind doing this one? And, well, that one I would like to have that assigned. You're doing this stuff out here. Yeah, I need all of this done, and once it's all done, I will electrify it. And that will put out our bauxite train for probably a couple months, but honestly not that much time overall. So it should be a-okay. All right, here we are, more stuff. So that one's connected, cool. I now need to get our general cargo in here. General cargo for a general cargo station should be fine. What do we have here? Nice. Eight platforms, probably overkill for what we're doing, but I like the layout. We have a simple one with a single track. Don't like it because we're going to have a lot of different storages connected to it. So I think this one may be a good solution for now. Do I want this? Kind of. Yeah. Kind of want it. Kind of want it here. Want to do something that we already done, but I really liked it, so I want to see if I can do it again. You probably already see what I'm talking about. But what do we need to connect here? It is very similar to what we did at the beginning area. What do we need? We need an open storage for steel and bricks and wood, right? Or planks, I guess. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's just set them up this way. It makes my life a little easier. And because of how they are, we don't necessarily need a cargo station. The only advantage to a cargo station, sorry, road cargo station, is that this one has 4 slots instead of 2. But the speed of loading is not a huge difference, and the only thing where that helps is if you need 4 full trucks of steel. Then this helps, but if you need 4 full trucks of steel and 4 full trucks of something else, the chances are that they're already in 2 separate storages, so the speed is the same. It's some mini optimization that I like, that I don't have to build the whole thing all the time, so I think I'm gonna stick with this. And I'm moving this simply because I want to be able to reach that road connection from this side instead of from the other side. So that should be fine. Let's see. I'll put you here and put you here. You're at least... I wanted you to be a little mirrored, but okay, fine. Just put it at a small angle. That should be okay. Let's get the road connection as straight through here as I can. There you go. So don't forget about that. Get me my grid back. I know I haven't really built on the grid, but straight road at least. Let's build a straight piece of road and see how that works. Now there's a lot of space here that we could use for construction offices, which I like. Now I'm almost wondering if that is not enough space because we do have to connect some pipes over there. And these construction offices are pretty big. Honestly, whatever we do, we're just going to be able to fit 1 construction office here, which is probably not enough, so we're probably going to put the construction offices either here or drain the lake a little bit. A lot of options to make this work. We're probably just going to put it out here and have just a straight road coming down this way. No, they should be closer to the source. Honestly, 1 construction office here with 16 slots for all the open hall needs and a couple covered holes is probably sufficient for everything that we want to do there. So before I forget that plan, let's just plop that down here and we'll figure it out from there. Cool. Let's get the other things. Yes, we need few things. We need a food storage / city storage. We could use this one, but we have a bunch of other warehouses that will also work. What do we need? We need clothing, we need electronics, we need food. Those are the big ones, but we also need a little bit of mechanical components and electrical components. So do we need the biggest one? Probably not, but the second biggest could be nice. At least it could be helpful. So if I plop you here, okay. I'm only hesitating a little bit because of the road connection, but I think I can finagle this so that the road actually connects to it. That was a green slot. There we go. It's connected. So that's good. This is the food and the warehouse and all that stuff. Great. Next thing we need, of course, is a meat locker. 75 tons for trains is annoying, so I'm willing to build the bigger meat locker right here. I'm going to put the road on the outside, though. Because that should allow me on getting a better factory connection to the road cargo station that we're going to add to this. That one, everything's connected. Cool. Road cargo station, the original one looks like this, and then we have another one, a different looking one. Both are probably fine, but most of the time, I think our trucks are going to go this way. Yes. Is that worth doing this one over this one? Because the connection that we're getting is the same. Sorry, the factory connection that we're having here is pretty much the same. So we'll plop you here, get rid of this automated road that was connected there. I think we are in pretty good shape. You are not parallel to the road at all, so let's try that again. That will be parallel to the road-ish. I think this is okay. Just do these connections manually so they're a little more swingy. I like it. Get that one to that node and get this one down to this node. And now we're in pretty good shape, I think. We do want, here's what we're gonna do. I think, yeah, running this one here and then to this one node. Yeah, it's fine. Running those two there and then giving us two relatively straight lines from here means this construction office will just have trucks that mostly connect to here. If they don't connect to there, they may connect to this one, and that is it. I kind of like that. So that should be fine. Construction offices, how are you doing? You're doing okay, but you're obviously currently operating without issues because apparently you still have water and sewage and all that other stuff connected. That's nice. What do we have going on here? Just a little more material to get rid of. Also just a little more material, but it is more material because of how everything works, and that's fine. Should I really put a switch there, or should I just put the pipe connection back in? If I have to do this again, a switch would make a lot more sense. I don't think I will have to do this again. I think it will just be a matter of... this is done when we do this. I can't build there, obviously, because there's still deconstruction happening. Okay, it's fine. It's alright. 76% happiness. Is there anything that I need to fix? No. Construction over here. Is this everything that I need for the time being? No. There's one thing missing, which is I have to actually run the rail through here. I would really like to do the same thing that I did before, but I have a feeling, let's look at this. I have a feeling our height is just not going to permit it. This one is 5.5 meters. This one is 6.5 meters, so it's already higher, which is fine, but I would have to elevate this a lot to be able to get these few conveyor belts out of the way and disconnected, and I don't like that. Now, these cargo stations are relatively far apart, so I think I can do something a little more devious. You can hate it. I've done this in other playthroughs already, but build a through track that just runs in parallel to everything. Make it a little longer than what you need. That's fine. And then on this side, also make it a little longer. Honestly, no, we're going to feed that one back in. This can come up as my main rail line. Cool. This one just has to feed into here, and I hope I can fit a signal on there, but as long as there's a node, that should be fine. This one just feeds right back into whatever this is doing. That's nice. Down here is the magic, if we want to call it that. Connect it there, and then these just ideally connect to the same junction. F4, is that a little better? Yeah. No, F4 gets me to snap back. I didn't want to snap. I would like you to come from right there. That's ugly. No. Here? Yeah, that's better. Oh, that's beautiful. Cool. So now that's a junction. That's a junction there no matter what, but none of the cargo stations should be interfering with each other, which is a big plus. Now let's get this one in here. And then because this is... with maintenance is going to be a forever used construction yard, like all construction yards will be. We just have to build it into the main line smart enough that we can connect to from each side. And it shouldn't be very hard to actually do just that. Construction office, are you not doing anything right now? Are you being lazy? No, you have more railroad construction going on. There, how about on this side as well? And just for giggles, let's make sure that all of these are part of the yes, you can construct all of these things. So when you get to it, when you get close to it next time, just do it. Type of behavior. That looks great. Cool. Yeah, so this is rail construction closing in. Wonderful. Don't forget that I have this uranium thing going on over there. So what I'm doing next may or may not stay that way, and I don't have the answer yet, and I won't have the answer until we get back. I'm going to run this relatively close to the water. I have my right mouse button down because I want to see, yeah, I can do a little bit of flattening. It's nice to do that on the long pieces of track, and from what I hear, from what I know, if you go really far out to do the flattening, go a little wider, So it flattens like the 2-track pieces, and you should be getting pretty close. When you do that, just go back a little bit afterwards, and then you have a relatively flat track. Don't think that's always going to work that way, but that's what I'm trying to do here. So there's the first one. Let's get the next one right next to you. And then at least we could technically get these 2 tracks in there. And for right now, those tracks are just going to be added super easy, just T-junctions. I just don't know that that's going to be what we want. Well, the nuclear setup that I'm going to build there is just going to be containers, really. And containers can totally be moved by trucks. And if I have to, I could put a container facility. Ooh, this is the disadvantage of doing it the way that I did. I can't put a container facility on the other side of this right now. There's no connections that I could use there. So I'm glad I'm doing this planning phase, because that gives me a chance to do something a little different. That's what we're going to do. Get you back there, you back here. That looks great. Heard a really awful sound there. I was not sure if that was on the game or something else, but here you go. Let's do the container facility, and there's a high chance that I want to build the thing different later, but I think this layout so far I'm happy with. It may just need some tweaking. So space for vehicles container small, no. Space for vehicle container large with a rail line going through it. That's what I want. Put it somewhere in here so it is available if I need it. I don't know that I need it, and I don't know that I want to build it this way, but having it this way at least gives me the opportunity to do whatever I want to do with the nuclear waste that comes in here, and I just pick it up with a train at some point from over here. That's fine. And that's really just, it's a container train, so it's not going to happen a lot. Which brings me to a container train probably has to be a line, and a line has to wait until full, and that creates all other sorts of issues. No, I don't think I like where this thing is currently parked, so I may have to do something else. But it could also just be as simple as a terminal station, but no, I don't like this. I don't like what that one is doing or implying, so we're just going to connect this out and leave it as is. But we're not going to plan it yet, because I have to see what the nuclear facility looks like before I can agree on what we need to do next. Nuclear power plant project, yes. Okay, can we finish this, hopefully, before we adjourn? Maybe. No, you're still not done with that. How are you not done with this yet? There is barely any waste left. Is this one of those problems? No, this one got picked up, so I'm assuming that we have 2 trucks heading this way right now. Perfect. Where are you? You're out here. Cool. Yeah, we're going to get those done. I'm going to put the missing links in there because it's winter. It's not that exciting anyways. Oh, you get to pick it up from here? That's pretty cool, though. That's like a super shortcut. I like it. And there's the other truck right there. So the project should be ready to be attached now, which is really all we needed. You connect there, build. You connect here, and connect to the right thing. Cool. Get that assigned to our construction offices, which is the only thing you're currently working on, which is great. So if I give you 2 higher priority, like so, I can give my road construction over here just a normal priority, and life should be pretty good. I like that. I think that's a good place to be. This one has a couple people there, has no drinking water, so obviously it's not producing anything, but we are in an excellent spot for everything that we need. So next time, hopefully my worker numbers are higher. Why are you 75% happy? That one, I don't think I just want to leave with that. These numbers are good. Okay. We have church spirituality, pub tavern, and kindergarten. That is fine. More kids are good. For a short time, if we don't have something, that is okay. Criminal numbers are reasonable. This is also reasonable. This is very reasonable. So all those things are good. Yeah, this one is just researching something. That's fine. Educated people. We're at 36%. We lost a couple, but that's not bad. I would like this thing, the headquarters, to not accept any students while we have this set to not have any professors in, but that's a different type of problem. So that's okay. Yeah, happiness is 74%. Is our heat low? What? I can't just leave that. I need to figure out what our problem here is. It could be related to what we're seeing in the 81%. What is your problem? Quality of flats is good. Average age is okay. Average lifespan is okay. Yeah, why are you so low? That's very weird. 80% over here. Oh, you are... No, you're not specified where you have to go. This is very interesting. Quality of flats is fine. Wear and tear is 27%. So, well, I guess it is lower. Quality of flats 77%, wear and tear 9. Happiness 64%. Maybe it's okay. No, 74% seems a little crazy. Oh, no. I think it has to do with wear and tear because nothing else is really jumping out at me. But on the other hand, none of the numbers, the happiness number does not have to be super high. Wow, government loyalty 54%. Yeehaw! The numbers don't have to be super high. They just have to be high enough that people don't run away, and that's what we want. So if in last month nobody ran away, 17 escapes. Yeah, that's bad. So there's a problem, and it could be related to booze. It's just, well, I'm probably not going to figure that out right now. This is good. Cool. This is slowly creeping down, which is great, but we're producing a lot more bauxite, which is, on the other hand, good. Again, wonderful. So yeah, next time I will figure out how we're going to do the uranium setup, and at the same time we're going to start constructing our new construction zone, which is obviously super important. So hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you again next time, and maybe I don't kill any more people.